Hey y'all, this is AL Think Madame, and this is the recap review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Social Mania Part 2. So, as anyone should be able to understand, that this is pretty much filler until the show comes on because this really isn't needed. We've already gone over a lot of this stuff, but they're adding the social media aspect to it. And because of some of the commentary, that's the only reason why I'm even doing a recap review on it. So it's like, okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. So they picked back up where they left off last week, where they were talking about how social media has played a part in bringing the side heifer, because y'all know I do a side heifer, married man side heifer saga surrounding things that have happened to myself and like certain coworkers. Because people be out here cheating. Cheating seems to be the norm. Cheating is just everything and then some to most of these people out here. So there are people who try to roll up on me who are married and then some, thinking that I'm going to be a part of their situation, and I am not a side chick. I don't see the point in that. For some of these people, the bad got to be good for them to either act as if they are a beard or they want to be a side chick. Whether they want to give it a fancy name or not, as Martell's side chick is accepting. But the fact remains is that you found out at some point in time that Martell was indeed a married man, and you still continue to sleep with him, get pregnant by him several times, and decided to keep one of the children that were conceived from their relationship, allegedly. So yeah, they talking about her and how she sat up there and went on Tasha K's platform, even though I don't remember if they actually said Tasha K's name when referring to the fact that she went on a big platform and was spilling tea and all of this stuff about Melody, about how she supposedly, was out here thotting and bopping and had cheated on Martell, and one of the people that she had slept with was the lawyer who was working on her divorce case and all of this other stuff. It was either the divorce case or the dealing with the children, legal custody, agreements and all that stuff. I think it was about the divorce though. But yeah, it's like, in my mind, when I heard her say certain things, it's like, girl, anybody who has enough sense knows that you more than likely have never seen Melody out and about doing anything with other people. And if you did, it was after the relationship was already over and you had already been in it deep with him for years upon years. And the fact that a lot of people really sat up there and ran with it, it was confusing to me, because even though I do not agree with people cheating, if you'd have sat up here and tried this person for all these years, and you literally have been with this heifer for at least 5 to 7 years. At least this one person. This is the only person that we know of. It wouldn't surprise me if he had multiple women that he was dealing with, but she was just the main one. Because, you know what I'm saying, I've been in that situation before, where my ex had a main side heifer and was dealing with other people as well. So I'm just saying, it would not surprise me if there were other women in the equation as well. But she was just the one that was the most dumb out of all of them, who, was like, oh, let me continue to deal with him, and developed feelings for him and all of that, and was getting pregnant by him. Child, anyway. But I just found it funny that she just felt the need to make it seem like so matter of fact that Melody did all of these things and she was all doing all of these things. She was just cheating and whatever. Girl, why are you even fixing your mouth? I don't understand how you have the audacity to fix your mouth to say anything about anybody cheating on someone, especially cheating on the person that you're cheating with. Like, I can't. Like, it's like, do you see the irony of all of this? Girl, bye. I can't. So for me, I just was like, as soon as I started hearing about her, I was like, child, it don't surprise me. But like I've told y'all before, while I was doing the recap reviews, it was shocking to me that Martell was the one who we learned of initially that had been cheating, because if anybody was cheating, I would have off rip just been like Marceau. Like, we gonna get into that later on, because some stuff gonna come up about that. But yeah, it's just too much, and I'm tired, and I just can't. But they brought up how everything we saw in the reunion, where Martell wanted to confront Melody about performing fellatio on some man and all this other stuff. I don't understand. I still don't understand to this day why Melody said, I don't know anything about doing that to a man, but he did that to me. I'm like, ma'am, you don't have a penis to my knowledge. So why are you saying that a man performed fellatio on you? Why did you just say that oral was definitely performed on me, but whether or not I did something to someone else, I'm not willing to speak on that. But she said that she didn't remember. And like, that was like super duper red flags all around. It's like, girl, were you drugged? Were you hungover? Like, or are you just wanting to forget that it happened? But the fact that she is not big on that, or it just might have been a situation where he do the most, and that's why she wasn't big on performing fellatio on her husband, because I'm just like, sir, she told you off rip that she ain't really been into that. She ain't really here for that like that. She basically seems like one of those people giving the information that he told us, that you might get it for your birthday, holidays, special occasions, and all that. Which I've never understood people who did like that. It's like, if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. Why it's got to be 2-3 times out the year? Like, what is I don't know. I never understood that, but I was like, do what y'all do. If it works for y'all, do it. But anyway, we just trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, eventually we start hearing rumors about Marcel being out here fighting and bopping, him being out here with 20-something women. He might have a baby out here. There's a side baby somewhere, which to me would not be far-fetched. It is not far-fetched. I do believe this man been out here fighting and bopping. Wouldn't surprise me if he had more women out here than Martell did. Don't care what nobody say, because Letitia is very insecure. She's been trying to find her voice in her marriage. And my thing is, she feels like because she has been married to this man and has had papers on this man for 15 years, that means something. There are plenty of people out here who have years and it don't mean nothing. People still be out here doing what they want to do. I was with my ex for 10 years. He was trash to me 99% of that time. I had receipts showing that he had been trash towards me the entire time. I chose to believe that he would stop doing me dirty. I highly believed that he was going to stop. I thought that he was going to see the value in me, what I brought to the situation, how I was able to elevate him from the bottom all the way to where he ended up before we ended up, not being together anymore and all of that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Some people elevate and then they feel like, oh, I got all this going on for myself now. Let me go out here and do this. They have like extra confidence and do the most. It is what it is. People do what they want to do. You can't stop these people. It don't matter what you look like. People kill me. They be like, oh, this person's a beautiful. Yes, these people do be nice looking, but these people still gonna do what they want to do. So it don't matter. But one thing that tripped me out was that Letitia's mama had so much to say, but she out here got a whole husband and boyfriends. Ma'am, I hate when people talk about something. I'm separated. I've been separated. Separation is not the equivalent to divorce. Where is the divorce decree? Where is the divorce decree? How many times do I have to tell y'all that the longer you stay married to somebody, the crazier it is going to be once money gets involved and other legal things get involved? I don't understand why y'all don't get that. I learned as somebody who was under the age of 21 how all that stuff can go down. Because it's like, why would you do that? Why would you stay married to somebody and you're not with them? Like, these people really be moved on in a sense and don't have nothing to do with these folks no more. And they really just be like, oh, I'm in a whole nother relationship, but I'm, separated. Or, oh, we don't deal with each other no more. And I'm just like, but you still married. Separation is not married. Why are you separated from this person for 5 years? Get the divorce. Get the divorce, honey. It's going to cost you less in the long run, because after you do all of this, you stay married to these people legally for at least 10 years. Once Social Security time come and it's time for these people to retire, that person gets half of it. Did you know that? Oh, okay. Like, I don't be understanding. I don't be understanding why y'all don't be understanding how it works. Like, that's the least of your worries. Then when you die, all kinds of stuff could pop off. You might have hated this person in life, but you sat up here and died, and stuff went to them, and ultimately they got the last laugh, because it's like, oh, even though they were still dumb for still being married to these people. But I'm just like, why do y'all do that? That's just something always baffled me. I just be like, child. So then anyway, they over here talking about, they never seen any receipts come out about this side heifer or any side women or side baby. So it's like, maybe he doesn't have a child. I'm like, that don't mean nothing. All this money he got all these businesses going on. You don't think he would have been able to pay somebody to shut up? Do y'all see all these people coming out 20, 30 years after the fact, sending off on some of y'all's favorite rappers and actresses and actors and everybody else under the sun who are considered to be, famous and celebrities and all this other stuff? These people come out of nowhere. Oh, I was dealing with them back in the day when they first came out, or when they first blew up, and then you hearing about it. I don't know why people think just because you don't see a receipt right now that it didn't happen. Child, I don't be understanding. I don't understand. But what I found to be hilarious was that they brought up All About the Tea. All About the Tea was a platform that I did follow for a while. And then if any of y'all were following it, let me put this back on. If any of y'all were following All About the Tea I know I was subscribed on YouTube. I might still be subscribed, but there's nothing really out there anymore. And if it is, I don't get notifications for it like that. But yeah, All About the Tea had a lot going on. Look, all I'm gonna say is just look into it, because a lot of stuff was going on with that channel. I do still follow some of the people who were on the panel, and I never had any issues with most of the people on the panel, so I still follow, I'm subscribed to their channels, and I watch content that they put up, but it was a lot of stuff going on with that. But yeah, All About the Tea ended up putting out some tea about Martell, and he responded, and he was calling it All About the Pee instead of All About the Tea, because it's like, that's not it. And like, people just have been like, okay, but if there is a mistress, or if there are any side heifers, where they at though? And I'm like, yet again, that means nothing. Just because you don't have a receipt shown to you, it does not mean it didn't happen. I could be out here thotting and bopping, and I'm like, okay, y'all didn't see me thotting and bopping. Ain't nobody got no pictures, ain't nobody got no video footage. Okay, I wasn't out here thotting and bopping. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Like, that does not mean that something did not happen and that a baby possibly does not exist, all because you're saying it doesn't because you don't have a receipt. But anyway, and I don't know why the woman who is representing Bossip said that she's been riding for Marceau, so she's kind of hoping that no receipts pop up. Like, please don't let there be any receipts. I'm like, girl. Anyway, like I've always said, Marceau has always given me, I'm cheating because this heifer is insecure, and I can get away with it, and she gonna believe anything I tell her. And I'm just like, girl, I don't understand. Get the children to leave. But I don't know if there's anything that he would be able to do to make her just get up and leave, because he never answers a question, even when his wife is asking. My thing is, I understand you saying I don't have to respond to you because you're not my wife, but his wife will flat out ask him questions, and he will go all around it. Or he will be like, well, what do you believe? And why would you listen to these people? If he even says that much. And I just be like, girl, you dumb. So anyway, moving right along. So Kimmy and Maurice, their relationship and marriage and all that stuff, everything leading up to them getting married, and a little bit after that was revealed. And y'all know how everything was. He was with a woman before he met her. He was married to this woman named Kiowa, and Kiowa came on the show and was talking about how Kimmy was the side chick. Well, before all that even happened, before we ever even saw her, Letitia was the one who initially said something about it. Said she heard that she was a side chick, And it's like, girl, what is you talking about? But you love talking about, oh, that's my sister. I've never had a sister like her before. But I ain't really never had a sister. And I thought she was my sister. And it's like, why would you say that? And then think that she would feel some type of way about it. Now, especially if it's true. If it's not true. Like, don't do that. But anyway, eventually Kaiwood was seen on the show because he does have a child with her who, you know, they call Monster. And I think he is the junior to Maurice. So it's like, she is even saying it. And the way we found out about it on the show was that she came and was the friend or something came and was talking to Letitia, and she said she heard things or something. I forgot. But anyway, but that's how Letitia heard about it, and then she said something about it. But it got to a point on the show that Kimmy was so sick and tired of everybody saying it and insinuating it and all this other stuff. And it's like, come on now. But it's crazy because it's like, why are you even saying this? But in the same breath, Letitia's trying to make it seem like you're my sister. I don't really deal with anybody, and you know, because she ain't dealing with because Melody ain't dealing with her. Let me put it like that. So it's like you ain't got no friends really. Y'all excuse me. I forgot to do a disclaimer at the beginning of this to let y'all know that I'm in the middle of drying clothes and that y'all will probably hear some background noise. So y'all excuse my dryer, please. All right, thank you. So, you know, basically they highlighted the fact that Kimmy was able to come on the show. She's very, very likable. Everybody mostly lives for her. And, you know, she's just very relatable. She is like, I am married, but I'm going to keep my identity. I'm going to work and do the things I need to do, take care of my son, do what I need. Like, she really be out here doing a lot. And so for this last season to have happened, and then stuff was coming out making it seem like Maurice was in the midst of all this stuff. And after the side heifer came out and did this interview with Tasha K talking about how the boys trip, the men's trip, the guys trip, where everybody went to Atlanta, that there were these women that Marceau and his brother Maurice were entertaining. I'm trying to see how they're going to navigate that this season, and if they are going to bring it up, because it's like, okay, are they fighting and bopping or what? Like, what's going on? Because Maurice, out of all of them, I wouldn't have thought that he would be out here like that. Hopefully he's not. But nobody surprises me at this point. There are people I would have never thought would be out here doing what they do, but they do it. So yeah, moving right along. We saw Destiny come on, and a lot of people, you know, whenever you see somebody new, you're used to certain people, then you see people who are new and you're like, know about these people. I don't know about y'all. But we were all shocked to find out that 3 months after she gave birth to her son, that her husband filed for divorce. And we looking like, wait a minute, what is going on? Because she was so, I don't even want to say secretive. Like, she was so hush-hush about what was even going on with her, because the first season that we saw them, we barely saw them together. And it was kind of like she was there, she was pregnant. The main issue that came up when he actually was being seen on the show was that he did not want to take her last name. And my thing is this, y'all, in my last relationship, when my ex and I were discussing marriage, I asked him, did he have a problem with me not taking his last name? Now, I had my own personal reasons against his last name. I don't want to get into that, because even though he was trash to me, when it comes to certain things, I'm not going to discuss that because it's like really, really deep. But as far as I was concerned, for me, since I do not believe that I will be having any children, the bloodline, unless my brother has some babies with somebody, ain't no more children gonna come up out of this part of the bloodline. And I wanted to, you know, keep my connection to my daddy. And if nothing else, I wanted to at least hyphenate my name. And my ex was fine with that. He told me that I didn't have to take his last name. He was fine with that. It was cool or whatever. He didn't feel some type of way like, well, if you're with me, then you're supposed to take my last name. He was not, that was not something that he was tripping about. Now, I know that that is a big deal for a lot of people, and they feel like, oh, well, when you leave your family, you're supposed to cleave to your husband. Yes, I understand that. I 100% understand that. But I know a lot of women who have married men, and the men have taken their last name, believe it or not. I'm just saying, like, my thing is, I feel like you should do what you think is best for your situation. And if I were to tell y'all the situation, y'all be like, oh, well, sis, I understand. Why you want to take that last name? But yeah, but in all honesty, if I, like, let's say for instance, for those of y'all who, are here all the time, y'all know about how I ghosted somebody who I probably would have been with had I not ghosted him, because he has always been the same. And we talk pretty much daily. He makes a point to reach out to me and to show me that he is still cool with me. We friends. That's it. I don't think we will ever be anything, but I am trying to get him married off. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I don't think I will move for someone again. I don't know. Like, the Lord would have to come down and tell me, my child, he is the one, so move back home. Or he would have to come to me. Or we would have to have some kind of middle ground. But, it's literally like old times, and it is what it is. But I don't think I would move for somebody again. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And I get all that, but it's too much. But anyway, let me just move on. So I remember hearing about how Heavenly Kinds, who is somebody who was on reality TV shows. We see her on Married to Medicine, and sometimes she'll make appearances on like certain housewife shows, I think. But she has a platform, and like she was like, oh, well, I see money to be made on doing these reviews and stuff. So she would get on there and do like little reviews and stuff of the show, and she would get these numbers because she's actually on the show, so it makes sense. So it's like, why not make extra money? So y'all know she's a dentist, for those of y'all who watch the reality TV show. But anyway, she had gotten, big enough to where at one point in time, she actually was able to get Martell on her show and did an interview with him. And so she basically let him say his piece, and he was just making it seem like these women out here doing what they doing and saying what they saying. And it's just, y'all know how Martell talk. And it got too much for her, and she set it off on him. And he only really went on her show because he felt like she was not going to be biased and be like, oh, let me take Melody's side off rip because she's a woman and whatever. Which, I mean, anybody can do that. But at the same time, you have shown to be very wrong. You've been shown to be very wrong. So it is what it is. So we're not going to sit up and act like you ain't do what you did. So yeah, anyway, but yeah, that ended up kind of going viral. I remember when that happened because I saw the notification and I was like, why is she interviewing him? Okay. Like, I was confused, but I was like, okay. Cause it came out of nowhere when she wanted to, cause to me, like, a lot of people came out of nowhere when it came to this show. And I will forever say it because nobody checking for this show until it was like almost over, like the first season. I was like, y'all are random. So yeah, y'all, let's move along. So then we end up seeing that another new couple came to the scene, and that was Tiffany and her husband. I don't know why I can't never think of her husband's name, but they're the Whitlows. And a lot of people felt like, okay, we already don't like new, and then on top of that, you in everybody's business, you bringing up children, you doing the most, and we don't know nothing about you. And even the people that were on the show were like, heifer, we don't know nothing about you, but you trying to come for us, and you stay asking us questions, but you ain't spilling none of your own tea, so what's going on? So yeah, the only time, like Funky Dineva said, on this little fluff piece, as I want to call it, was the only time that I even was halfway here for Tiffany was when she revealed to us that, she had been adopted, and, she kind of struggled with her identity for a while, because it's like your parents weren't there, your biological parents weren't there, and you were raised, differently. You had a whole nother name. Like, it's a lot. And she's biracial. It is like, I understand you have a lot of hurdles. So it is what it is. But yeah, people was not really here for them like that, because it's like both of y'all have strong opinions. Y'all be doing the most. The wife, Tiffany, keep on having them in the hot seat, because she would run back to her husband and tell him stuff, and then it would get back to them. It was just to the point that Marcel was like, yeah, y'all need to stop having so much pillow talk, especially if you're going to talk about me. I was like, woo, child. So they ended up talking about the fact that with everything that happened with Melody and Martell, Melody was able to turn it into something good and very profitable for her because she started dropping music, and she already had other businesses and stuff she was working on, but she was able to really focus on the skincare and all that stuff. And I am so happy for her. Like, whether or not she actually has cheated on this man or decided, oh, we ain't together no more, I'm waiting on the divorce, I'm gonna date a little bit, and all of that, you know, that's beside the point right now. That's beside the point. You know what I'm saying? If she did it, she did it. I would hold her feet to the fire. I'm not gonna sit up and be like, oh, because she's Melody, meaning she's a woman, that I can't, you know, speak on that, and let me just focus on Martell and that's it. I'm like, I don't have any, you know, he has so much evidence against him. He got 2, 3, 4, 5 phones, and he out here doing the most. We're in the middle of a pandemic. He got to go out there and bust it wide open like that. Like, that's how deep it was for him. He was like, I got to go out here and risk all of my children's safety. Like, you at that time, nobody knew what was going on and what to expect. Even to me, even now, don't nobody understand how this thing worked and if it was really real like that or what. Like, I don't know, y'all. I have so many theories. Y'all don't even want to hear me. But anyway, it is what it is. But I was just happy that Melody was able to rebound. And my thing is this: I feel like something that I've always seen is that there are people who they do dirt, and their karma eventually comes, whether they're a celebrity or not. It's the stuff that they do, the dirt they do, eventually comes out. And there are other people who have been on the receiving end of the foolishness, and they're going through, and they end up being able to flourish. And I feel like Melody has flourished for a reason, and that's why he was so down bad, because his karma was hitting real, real hard. And it is what it is. But yeah, a lot of people are still confused about why Maurice said that he's never met the side heifer when he was in pictures, and a picture that the heifer herself took and all this other stuff. Like, everybody's like, all right, nah, you doing too much. How you gonna say you don't know nothing about the trip? You ain't never met this person, but you there. Then they discussed how Melody had the breakdown where she was talking about, everybody knows that I hate Huntsville. I don't like being here. It brings up too much pain for her. And I felt that. I felt that for her. And I can 100% understand that feeling, because you have built something. There are roots there. You've built something with someone who you thought that you were going to be with for the rest of your life. And I feel like when you go to certain places, or places that you used to frequent, you might not even want to go there anymore, because it will remind you of the good times that you had with that person that you are no longer with. And you know what I'm saying? Like I already was in the middle of saying, she helps to build so much stuff with this person with whom she's no longer with. So it can bring up painful memories. So I felt some type of way when she broke down about that. It was just a lot. I really felt that. And I was like, wow, it is what it is. So we get down to the end of this episode. And like I already told y'all about the picture that the side heifer took, and it's just like, how you gonna say you ain't see it and you was there? And Marceau is just going to deny, and that's about it. Is that the end of the episode? I feel like that's pretty much the end. They gonna do a reunion, the director's cut. I don't feel like I'm gonna do nothing on that. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it, because I'm like, why? I don't like when they do stuff like this. I'm like, let the show come on, honey. Don't just let the show come on. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. If you have not done so, give this a thumbs up. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to rush. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's talk about it down in the comment section. I hope that y'all are having a beautiful Sunday, and that all is well with you. Thank you so much to everybody who has checked in on me. I'm doing a whole lot better, and I'm not in any pain anymore. I'm so glad, because I was really going through it, like really in the bed 99% of the day. All right, y'all. Take care. I'll see y'all next time.